actors are really good.
Actors really good.
What?
Said actors really good.
Actors are really good.
Pretty good.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Kingdom. I'm your host, King Tim Games. We're with some people here today. We're going to do a live review of the Land of Illusions. You're not on camera, bro. This is my time. My time. We're going to go, you want to go in order that we went through them, or you want to go through the order that we said originally?
We're going to just go over what we had originally done.
Okay, so we're going to start with the one that we did last, which was the temple.
So, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Again, Paul, I'm right here. Hey, how's it going? So, just really quick, what we did was we actually went, if you guys watched the last live stream, we actually went in reverse order. But we're just going to do what we promised and just go what we were originally going to do. So, Temple of Terror over at Land of Illusion. I liked it. I thought the animatronics was actually really good. Especially the shifty floor. I wasn't really expecting the shifty floor. That definitely made things interesting. The actors did, I think, for the most part, did fairly well. Now, it could have been better to one degree. I mean, I think a lot of it was just because it's opening night and they're still working out the kinks to the whole thing. But what made it much more entertaining, and we'll ask Tom here in just a little bit. They'll actually send out 2 of their actors to keep the crowd entertained in the waiting line. So I thought that was pretty cool that they were able to accommodate that, so that way you're not bored out of your mind waiting in line. So overall, I think Temple of Terror, I think our rating system's like thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
So I give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up.
I give it a thumbs up. So yeah, that's my review of it. So whenever Tom's ready.
I think I probably like the temple one and I like the clown one.
Talking about the
Killer
temple
Clowns.
one. Talking about the temple one.
Just
Temple one.
We'll get to the clown one later.
What I liked about it just had, the actors are, when you're standing in line, they're keeping you busy. They're making you, keep your mind off the line. And when you get in there, it's just really detailed, and they, it's like going through a, I don't know, I liked it. I liked all the actors, and they get in your face, kind of, they want you to break.
Spare right, 4, Ohio 4.
They were getting you pretty good at the beginning.
Oh, the beginning, I like
in the line. They got you pretty
that
good.
room where the floor drop. It's pretty cool. They got some pretty good animatronics. Kind of, it's pretty.
In half a mile,
I used to do haunted houses. That one,
Germantown Pike,
they spent
Ohio
some money
4.
on it. It's definitely, their budget is not skimpy. They got a lot of actors, and it was raining tonight, so they kept everybody happy, and they worked hard, even regardless of the rain or not. They didn't it's going to be a night off. They worked hard. So and it was packed. It was crazy. I seen tons of people. So.
Continue
thumbs up or thumbs down on the temple? Thumbs up.
Definitely a thumbs up.
Mikey.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. You want to add anything, Mikey?
Yeah, sure.
The temple?
Yeah, the temple is really good. The line it's packed.
Mm-hmm.
When the actor came out on the walls, running around.
The actor came out of the walls and ran around?
Yeah.
Continue
Where they hid
ahead.
behind them and they
4,
jumped out.
Yeah,
8
they jumped
3/4
out
miles,
and scared 'em.
then
That was cool.
turn right,
Oh, yeah, in the
4,
beginning,
Broadway Street,
When
Ohio 4.
we went in that door,
See, I like
pretend we're going down. It's like an elevator.
Yeah, it was like an elevator.
Yep. I like the lights. It was pretty cool.
The lighting.
Yeah. And one of the decorations of the
They did
spiders.
get me quite a few times.
That was pretty cool
All the
too.
spiders and scorpions.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the actor popped out of nowhere.
One guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walked through the fog in there.
Thumbs up or thumbs down on the
right in
temple?
face.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Right
Uh-huh.
in the face. Nice nuggets.
Okay, with the Temple of Terror, I don't know. Overall, I didn't think the actors were kind of, hey. No, the actors, I don't know. I felt like they were skimpy in the temple. I think they relied more on animatronics and like the booby traps with the ceiling came down and stuff like that. I don't know. It was good. I don't think it was super scary though. I think they stayed with the theme though. When all of the houses, they all stick with the theme and they stayed in character. I don't know. The temple, I don't know. It's probably one of my least favorites ones there, but I'm gonna still have to give it a thumbs up. It was pretty good. So then the next one we were going to talk about is the Dr. Psycho's
Dr. Psycho's vault or something.
estate or a haunted
Something,
estate
yeah, some-
or
Yeah, Dr. Psycho's. We'll just name it that way.
which was supposed to be the second best one they had there.
So here's my thoughts on Dr. Psycho. They kind of did it didn't really feel like a haunted house on house. I was actually expecting like more of a house, but it felt more like lab, I guess. I didn't know exactly what they were going for necessarily. Each place has its background. This one was kind of confusing when I originally read it on the website. Go check it out yourself, see what I'm talking about. But it felt like that it kind of veered off a little bit at times. I didn't know if it was just a mad scientist's house or somebody who's just psycho, that was my only issue with it. Now the lighting and stuff was actually really cool. And when they got to the costumes and stuff, the costumes I thought were fine. I just felt like they could have done just a little bit more. Kind of felt a little, I don't know. I think overall could have been better. Again, I think a lot of it though is the fact that it was first night. And with first night opening for any haunted house, it takes them a while just to get going. So I don't know how to really rate it. So this one, it's kind of up in the air, I guess. I don't want to necessarily give it a thumbs up, but I don't want to give it a thumbs down either. So I'm undecided, I guess.
Thumb sideways.
Yeah, there you go.
Thumb sideways.
Sideways.
I'd say I like the props, and they, looking at the detail and the props, they spent. I don't know if they redo them every year or they're just sitting there, but they looked really good. And had like the one scene where they had needles, and people that hate needles, they would probably hate that room, and drugs, and it was they spent money on their props. Was it scary? I don't think it was that scary for me. I don't get scared that easily.
Yeah, I definitely think the last two was not
Yeah.
very scary.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah. I'd say I give it thumbs up because of effort and work, the way they did it. It looks good. I'd probably give them all thumbs up.
all thumbs up. Okay, Mike, you
I
want
like
to add
them all.
anything about the Dr.
I know they're all
Psychos?
different.
Yeah.
Right.
Dr.
Different
Psycho
theme kind of
was
areas.
pretty good, but the
Right. I think my
Promo was-
favorite.
it's pretty good.
I don't know.
I liked
Value
it. It was
pretty
real
cool
good.
too.
You just liked it?
I
Thumbs
already
up?
Yep.
That
I like the
one,
art
hillbilly
scene,
value,
chainsaw
kinda with the
outside.
guy
That
was
was
standing
a little
up
scary.
Chainsaw?
and he's
Uh-huh,
walked
that was-
underneath him. I like
That was
that.
fun.
That was cool.
See, that was fun. I like the lights.
That would be easy.
The
to
lights-
make.
The lights are
Shack.
pretty good too.
Oh, I know.
Go get some old pallets.
The
I know you
costumes
can
are
get old
fun,
pallets
but
for free at Walmart.
That should do a little bit better job.
Truckload.
Now,
And then what would you
Could
do
be.
with them afterwards? Burn them?
yeah, for now, I'm gonna make it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up? So the beginning of
We used to make our
Dr.
houses out of
Psycho is very
pallets.
interesting.
You
You did a
like-
little video
you did a pretty
you
good
had to
job
watch
with no
before
money.
going
Yeah,
on.
Every year we'd have to come
and
up with
the guy
Yeah,
ran and got
house.
shot, and it sprayed
yeah.
something on you,
But
and
no budget.
I got it right in
no
the face.
money.
Boom.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I think the
Well,
most
probably
money
the
was
best
gonna
part of
go
that,
buy black
honestly,
plastic,
Oh yeah.
because we had the line
the lighting was good in there, but I don't think it was as
Yeah,
good
make it dark.
as some of the other ones.
What else? It's been cobwebs. I had to go buy real cobwebs.
Well,
So
the
I go-
first thing that
I'll
we
go
talked
out
about was
and
probably
buy,
the two weakest, in my opinion.
I noticed they don't use any
I
cobwebs.
really
probably
nothing
because
else
of
to
fire
say about it,
hazards.
Oh,
but
yeah, I would imagine they would.
I'm still going to give it a
Didn't use
thumbs up.
any cobwebs. I noticed none.
Man, I'm turning into the bad guy tonight.
You're a terrible guy, Paul.
I am a sideways guy. Do you want me to make it a thumbs up?
If you you
No,
gave your rating. It's already done.
All right.
It's already done.
All right. I just didn't want to be accused of being a bad guy.
That's okay.
I,
I
guess
was-
we need to like say what's the best and what's the
We'll-
worst one you thought.
We'll go through that
Oh,
once
okay.
we
We'll
give
go
the
through that here in a
breakdown.
minute.
I see.
So then the next one we were going to talk about was be the clown one.
Yep, clowns.
Clown one.
So we'll go ahead and keep
All right.
going. We'll start with Paul.
Okay, so this is where it actually gets interesting. The clown one was, to be honest, I love stuff with clowns in it, scary stuff that has clowns in it, because you got a lot of people that are just absolutely terrified of clowns. I love the lighting. I love the use of their black lights. They did such a great job with the black lights. It made things pop out more. The intensity that these guys brought, especially with a chainsaw that they used, and actually made the chainsaw spark. So I thought that was actually really neat. And typically chainsaws don't scare me, but these guys actually, they were pretty intense with it. Gave you the chills a little bit. You're like, oh my gosh. The makeup and the costumes were really good. The actors were phenomenal, I thought. And they were funny. They were actually really funny. Tim will tell you a little bit more about it, but there's actually some writing on the wall that was pretty funny, and like he caught more of it than what I did. But Killer Clowns, my overall rating, thumbs up, big time.
Me, I liked it. I liked the characters. The paint was cool because they're using really good black lights. They're not using the tube like fluorescent. They're using high sodium, which are very expensive, and they're very expensive to use, and they use a lot of electricity. Actors were pretty good. I'd say pretty scary. I'd say that would be my second most favorite place, the clown one, or could be
Clown one. Thumbs up.
I give it a thumbs up.
Okay, Mike, you wanna?
Yeah, paint was cool in there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the clown one is fun. I like the lights. The lights were
high
fun.
Sodium. I'll show you.
I like the
High sodium.
which way you're going.
Right.
And I like the chainsaw. The chainsaw was fun. The sparkling
High
was,
sodium
pretty
black
cool.
lights.
but I wasn't scared of it.
You were scared of
I
it.
like the
High
makeup.
pressure
The makeup was
sodium
pretty cool,
lights.
and the costume was really good too.
You was a little hesitant of the clown with the cement block on the stick.
Yeah.
Did that scare you a little bit?
He was a big guy.
He was a big guy. It's okay,
Oh,
Mikey.
the guy with the hammer.
Yeah, he had it was the cylinder block on the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like the other one with the pie.
the pie.
I think he thought he was gonna hit him in the face with it.
Yeah.
And I like the one part he picked on his nose.
Oh, the guy, the
was
clown
really
was
funny.
picking his nose.
It was
Just-
hilarious. That was hilarious.
And just to add,
And those
oh sorry.
one of the other clowns were pretty good too.
The clowns are good too.
One of the girl clowns were
All the girl actors were amazing in my book.
amazing, and the other ones were pretty good too.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
So I'm gonna get this
Thumbs up.
up, yeah.
And just
Black lights,
and just to
sodium.
add really quick, it actually reminded me a lot of the book and the show It. So,
Oh, boy.
Which we're actually planning to go
Here
see
we
next week. So I'm excited. I don't know, can't speak for everybody else, but I'm super excited. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw that.
Here we go. Paul and It.
I know.
You're gonna give the movie a thumbs down after we review it.
Shut up.
So the Killer Clowns with a K. It was really good. The thing that I didn't like is I get disoriented, so they had not one, but they had two of the spinning rooms. With the one had a strobe light in it on top of it, which, was pretty rough. But I think that the clowns were really good. They stayed, all the actors stayed in character, but the clowns definitely added a little bit of humor to it, but yet was still intense enough to really enjoy the Killer Clowns. I think everybody else pretty much covered everything on it, so I'm not going to ramble too much about it, but I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up as well. So then the next one we're going to talk about is the Bayou, the Voodoo and the Bayou.
Voodoo Bayou, yep.
I think that's what it was called, wasn't it?
Voodoo
Something like
Bayou
that.
Shanty.
Shanty, okay, yep.
So, okay, this one,
It's gonna drop me off.
this one is definitely different. This one I thought, as far as like the decorations and the props, I thought was the most unique. Because what they did, especially when you were outside, I mean, you could tell that it looked like a southern swamp shack, I guess, and it was actually really neat. They actually made good use of their large animatronics. Like for example, there was the first big one that we came across was this huge alligator head, and the alligator head, I mean, I thought it was going to hit me a couple times. It was actually kind of funny. But what I really enjoyed about it was the lighting through the cracks of the shack itself. It was the lighting from the outside of the park. So it actually really added to the effect of actually walking through there. Now the actors overall, I mean, they did their job. I mean, they did an okay job. I mean, they could have done better overall, but I think what really made up for it was just the atmosphere of the bayou. So I would say thumbs up. It was a little weaker than the Clowns one, but thumbs up for sure.
I'd say I like the Bayou because it kind of reminds you of New Orleans, and you got Voodoo. You like Voodoo. You like that.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Sorry.
For
That's
Broadway
fine.
Street, Ohio 4.
It's cool. The walls look like pallets, or they look like exposed things, and there's light, fog, and when it's foggy, the light goes through them, and you see it looks like lasers. It's cool. And I think it
Turn
could have had
right
more
for Broadway
actors
Street,
in it.
Ohio
I didn't think it
4.
was many actors.
Turn
But there one guy with the
left
chainsaw did
Ohio
climb up
4
on the
north.
wall, and he was working hard. And there was a few. Some of them I thought could work harder, but I don't know. I give it a thumbs up, maybe a middle thumbs up, middle.
Middle thumbs up.
Turn left
Yeah.
for
I think
Ohio
middle.
4
A
north.
0.5 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Hey Mike, you gonna add
2.5.
anything about
There you go.
the Bayou?
Yeah, the bayou is pretty good too. I like the chainsaw in the dark. That were hard to see.
Yeah.
For, like someone coming out of nowhere. And I like the guy on the top of it with the chainsaw. That was pretty
In
cool
a
too.
quarter mile,
Right.
bear left.
I like the
turn left
alligator
onto I-75
The alligator head.
and the hog. That
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But
a
they
while.
should
We're still
do
in
more a
May.
little bit of actor
It's gonna be.
on it.
Right.
It's
Turn
gonna be
left
an hour.
But
to
I like
merge onto
the fog, the
I-75
voodoo. That
north.
was
Okay.
pretty good. I like the lights. The lights were pretty good
It's
too.
real dangerous.
Right.
So that's what. But I wish they do a little bit better, and it's okay. So right now I'm gonna give it a thumbs
Continue
up.
ahead
Thumbs up.
for 1 3/4 miles. Then
you're okay.
turn
So
left
with
to stay on
That's the wrong button.
I-75 north.
with the Bayou, I think it had the best soundtrack and the best
That's what's nice about I-75. You can't get
the best overall environment. With the raining, definitely added some moisture in there. I don't think they did a lot of finishing of like the ceilings and stuff. So like they had like shirts stuff hanging down that was pretty damp. I'm assuming from the rain, but I don't know. But it definitely added to it with the rain. with the guy with the chainsaw. I didn't even see him until after I went through and to the chainsaw line with the next group. But overall, the Bayou is probably one of my favorites. I would definitely have to say thumbs up at the Bayou. So we got the Bayou done. The last one
In 1 mile.
is the trail, right? That's the last one.
The trail.
Trail, which is what they're known for.
Um,
That's what started it all 20 years ago.
The trail was the thing that started Land of Illusion. Based on what I was reading, very well done. There's really not much I can say as far as criticism. Obviously, when some parts got dark, I mean, it got really dark and it kind of got difficult. I mean, you could say the same about all of them, but when this got dark, it got dark.
Fairmont
Natural
to stay on
darkness, which made it
I-75
just,
north.
which added to the intensity, I think, of the trail itself. The lighting was cool. The animatronics were actually really cool for what they used on it. With it being a mile long, they had a lot of play with this. I was super
Continue
impressed by
ahead.
it.
For 6.5 miles.
I
then
apologize about
Fairmont
the
to stay
thing
on
there.
I-75 north.
But the lighting was really good. The actors were phenomenal on the trail. Typically, when you're outdoors, they don't do at least from what I saw, they don't do as good of a job. These guys nailed it. There was a few times where they did get, I think, where they got all of us. So they did. I think out of all the actors at the 5 attractions, minus the zombie sniper patrol and the other one, this one I think was the best when it comes to the scares. And I think it was the best overall. So big time thumbs up to it. I would definitely go back to, if I had to do any of them twice, the trail would be probably the only one I would do twice. It was that good.
So it'd be the only one?
I'd say it's for being an outside kind of area, but then you go into like these like metal, like they look like hoop houses, and but mostly outside. I'd say it's pretty good. You're utilizing nature to kind of scare you too. And then you go through. It's pretty long. You would think it would be very short. It takes you a good 10 minutes to get through the whole thing. Maybe longer. I don't know how I didn't really time it.
I was counting it probably about 20 minutes.
Maybe 20 minutes. It was that big, so it was a pretty good trail. And actors throughout the whole thing. I mean, not actors, but they were really good. I mean, every area had probably at least 20 actors. So I give it a thumbs.
Give it a thumbs up.
I give it. It was good.
Switches over. Okay, Mikey. Anything you want to add about the trail?
Yes, the trail was really well done. I like the outside of the thing. It was really good. I like the lights. I like everything was. The actor was really good.
This is really good.
And during the outside, you see the chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
That was the scariest part.
It's the scariest part.
Yeah, I like the prom one. The prom one was pretty good too.
The prom girl.
Yeah, that was really good. That one, the person did a really good job.
Yeah.
And anyway, I like what's the other thing? I like the kitchen, the butcher's kitchen. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I like the heads of the hog or everything. That was amazing. So the steel thing was really good.
Yeah.
And I like everything. That'll be it. I'll give it a thumbs up.
So you give it a thumbs up, an awesome thumbs up.
Yep.
How you doing?
Did it again. So the trail was really good. There was actually parts in there that almost seemed like it was over, but it definitely wasn't. The prom queen kind of
experience.
Give me a little blow in the ear, so that was definitely a plus. Oh, well, I didn't really add much. You guys pretty much drilled all the other ones before he got to me, so I mean, you pretty much covered just about everything.
You want to talk
Way
about?
to go, guys. You want to talk about the overall environment? Wow, just kind of like walking in.
Oh, I got something else to add.
You got something?
Oh, go for it. No, just go ahead. I got
No.
something at the end.
Okay, Paul. What did you want to say?
No.
This is all you, Boo.
Oh no, I was gonna wait. I'll wait till towards the very end. I figured you would want to talk about your future wife.
The prom queen, or
prom
the
queen.
or the clown that
Oh, the prom queen and your backup.
was it? The clown that was bent backwards. Is that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
But we'll talk about that there in a minute. Go ahead and finish up.
No, but they had like a band performing. They had a nice big fire pit in the middle with what, 3 or 4 little fire pits going to.
They had a big one. Well, they had the main one. They had like 2 or 3 other small ones. So it actually kind of makes it nice if you go out on a cold day. Warm your hands up really quick, or if you've just been walking around, just be good. Or even to like dry off for whatever reason after it's done raining. Really good idea. There's we actually hit their bar before we actually started going to the haunted houses. And the bartender, that I guess has been working there for a while, she actually made the suggestion to us to start with the trail first, because the trail has the longest line. We were probably, I think we were the second group to go into the trail.
Yeah, the first group was actors.
Yeah, the first group was actors, and
In 1
well,
mile,
at least used to
turn
work
left
there.
to stay on I-75 north.
So, and just the overall feel, like I said, when you compare it to, I don't know if it's a good comparison, but when you compare it to Cedar Point, because Cedar Point's set up similar, but you can tell that these guys were much more serious about the scares and animatronics that they put into it. And based on from what I'm seeing, they're growing. For the fact that they've been around for 20 years and they're still continuing to grow, I think says something about what they're doing. As far as like you single guys out there, if you're looking for women, I mean that might be the place to go. Especially maybe even some of these actresses. I mean, Tim got all giddy just from the prom queen blowing in her.
Hey. When you go into the first haunted house out of 5 and a girl sneaks up behind you and blows in your ear, that's a plus.
I don't think
Continue
you need
on
ear blowers that
I-75 north.
That's the first time.
There's plenty of female and male
Take
actors.
exit 159.
So guys
on
got the
right,
female
or
actors, or I don't know.
US
These days it goes both
224.
ways. So.
I guess it really all depends.
Whatever you like, they got it.
It was one of the few times I was glad that I took it up the rear. It was my monetization again. It was my ad money.
I would. This was our first time at Land of Illusions. I had a great time. Everything I think overall was good. Obviously it's opening night, so you're still gonna you still gotta work out some kinks. But overall, for what they had on a rainy night, that was actually cooler. They did a phenomenal job, I think. Especially staying in character under these conditions. And I could tell that this is not one of their larger crowds. But overall, they did. I think with that said, though, I think they actually took the extra time to actually make a quality haunted house experience at each place. So I would say thumbs up big time to Land of Illusions. I would come back.
So I know we said we were going to talk about our favorites and our least favorite. I think it would be fair to say that everybody's favorite was the trail.
Yes.
Would that be a fair statement?
I would say so.
Mike, is that your favorite, the trail?
Yep, the first time.
Okay, so the trail was the favorite. So let's go with the favorite of the little side attractions, and then your least favorite.
Talk about the other haunted houses.
Like the 4 little haunted houses that took, what, 10 minutes maybe to go
Right.
through?
I would say, now we just go down from best to worst.
If you want, or you can just mention your favorite and your least favorite. Either way.
Well, okay, obviously the trail. Okay, so that's accurate. Second favorite was, I would probably have to say the Killer Clowns.
That was your favorite out of the little side
sec-
attractions?
And then next I would rank the Voodoo Bayou. Temple of Terror would be the next one. And then at the very bottom would be Dr. Psycho. I was disappointed with Psycho, especially when I was reading on the map that it matched like the scare level, same scare level as the trail, and I felt that it didn't. At least for, again, it's opening night, I get it, but I think they could have done a better job with Dr. Psycho. But like I said, overall, Land of Illusion was a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it to anybody. So, yep.
I'd say my least favorite probably is the Doctor one. The props are good, but I think they could rework it next year and make it a little better. Maybe make it a little more scary. Maybe make rooms a little bit more. I don't know, change it up a little bit. I'd say my favorite was probably, I like the trail, and I like the very last one where it was like what was the last one?
The temple?
Temple. I like the temple one.
The Legends of Hidden Temple.
It just had a lot of cool effects and a lot of cool things. And then the clown one, I'd say that those three are my favorite.
Those three are your favorite?
Least favorite probably Bayou and the Doctor. The Doctor probably is my least favorite.
Yeah.
I like the Bayou though. It's good, but it's not. They didn't spend a lot of money on it.
Right.
I mean, it's just.
They had a camper in there. That was enough.
I guess they did.
But yeah.
That is something. Yeah.
They did put a camper in there. They did a good job with it.
Mikey, what was your favorite?
The trail.
The trail. What was your second favorite?
The Killer Clown.
Killer Clown. Why was it your second favorite?
Well, I like the music.
The music.
The music was pretty good.
Okay.
And,
What was your least favorite?
and
The one that you didn't like?
The one that you didn't like the best, but you still liked it.
Really? Which one would you like?
Dr. Psycho.
Dr. Psycho.
The Dr. Psycho.
It was okay. I wish they did a better job.
Yeah.
Because they need a better. I guess they got to work on it soon.
Yeah, work on soon.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what was your favorite?
Fun.
It's fun.
I like it. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I figured it'd be the last one. I figured it'd be like the last one.
So obviously, like I said, the trail was everybody's favorite. Favorite like side attraction.
Okay, what's the most scariest one?
Right.
All the little side attractions, I don't think were really super scary. I don't know. My favorite little side attraction, I would have to say me and Marguerite's hideout at the bayou. Me and Marguerite's got a thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Me and Lisa used to be secret lovers, and then Marguerite came around, and then I don't know. That'd probably be my favorite. Overall, I really enjoyed the lighting. I think kind of set that one apart, and the music. Like I said before, probably had the best environment, lighting, and music. I think out of the little four side attractions. So that would probably be my favorite. Least favorite. I don't know. I'd probably have to go with the Dr. Psycho. It was just kind of all over the place. But the temple one was probably down there too. I just didn't like the moving floor and stuff. Like I get why it was in there. I mean, it fit the theme, but I'm just not a fan. Another thing that I overall I wasn't really a fan of with all of them is kind of there was always like a little room with some sort of like alien or like bug people. Like in every little house, there was always that little room in there, which was just kind of weird. Kind of threw off the theme, I thought, on most of the houses. Is that a fair statement? I mean, it was still good. It was still kind of creepy, but it was just kind of weird that it was placed where they were placed.
So
That's pretty good.
yeah,
I didn't remember that. The bug thing. It didn't make no sense.
Yeah. Now, I would say overall, I think Land of Illusions did a good job on their opening night. I think I'm going to come back in the future. Probably won't be this year. I'm kind of on a mission to try to hit as many haunted houses as humanly possible. The push is to at least get 2 haunted houses in this month. Preferably, this may sound a little unrealistic, but I would like to have 3 haunted houses. So, or at least 3 haunted attractions. So I thought tonight was a really good way to kick that off. That way you get a little bit of you get a taste of everything. What I'm really hoping for that we hit next, Mikey and I have been to. I want to try to hit Haunted Hoochie. If there's anybody out there that's not familiar with Haunted Hoochie, we were talking about the intensity of the clowns. So I thought the clowns were very high energy. I thought all the actors were very high energy tonight. But the Hoochie, extreme high energy. They replace all the traditional haunted house music with just nothing but heavy metal. And it is just absolutely insane.
It's like a Rob Zombie haunted house.
Somewhat. It feels like something that Rob Zombie would have put together. But the thing is with Hoochie's full on contact. They will grab you, they will touch you, one of them actually tried to shove me. That was pretty funny. But most of the actors are pretty small anyway. So with me being much bigger than what they were, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I knew they were going to hang off of me. So I was like, whatever, just go ahead. But what I loved about it was the fact that it was scary. It kept the intensity. There was sick humor. We heard a little bit of it tonight. These guys over at Gucci, much worse when it comes to the humor. But it is pretty funny, and it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of hoping, depending on what the schedule is for everybody in here, I would like to take everybody down to Haunted Hoochie. Now, right now it's 12:42 a.m. We're driving from Middletown to Findlay, which is about a good 2-hour drive.
Now everybody knows where you live, Paul.
I know.
Thanks to the YouTubes.
I know. But, I think one thing we're going to try to push for is speed passes. I think that would have actually helped out tonight. It costs extra to do it, but the speed pass lines, there was hardly anybody in them. But just because of finances and stuff like that, I thought overall we did a pretty good job with actually hitting all 5 of the main attractions. Gucci is definitely one I want to hit. If I come back to Land of Illusions, I think I want to do Zombie Sniper Patrol. That, based on what we saw, it actually looked like it'd be a lot of fun to do.
So the ticket tonight was $20, but they normally go for 36. This is known as the best value in the area. Do you think you definitely got your $36 worth?
I think I did. The quality, like I said, despite my Dr. Psycho as my least favorite, and then Temple of Terror, what they did with the quality of the props, the decorations, I would even say for the most part the actors, I would actually say that it was well worth the $36 to get in. Because it feels like that you're at it, because I'm trying to figure out how to put this. It does feel like you're at an amusement park, and I think that's what adds to that charm of Land of Illusion. I mean, and the fact that there is a type of ride there in the form of jumping on the back of a truck and shooting zombies, I think that's actually, I think it's actually really cool that that it actually made it well worth the while to go at least watch it and see what you think of yourself. It's a separate charge, but
How much more is it?
I think it was like $13.
Yeah, $12.99.
$15, something like that.
That's not bad though, because you each own paintball gun and you shoot. You know,
Yeah.
they'll provide you the paintball gun and the paintballs
And you sit down the whole time. So.
and the gas. So I mean, it's not a bad value with that amongst itself.
So I thought that was kind of cool. There was actually a what they call a demon drop. Basically, you go up, I think like 50-foot pole, and then you bungee jump or something.
Yeah, well, I didn't even see that.
I don't know if it was there this year. Of course, it was raining now, so I'm pretty sure nobody wanted to jump on it.
I would.
Yeah, of course I know you would. But
Oh wait, the demon drop. I thought you were talking about the prom girl. Sorry.
Well, they have the Halloween one.
Yeah, the ear
You guys
blower.
want to do that, but that's like what, $54
for what?
for Cedar Point.
Cedar Point's a little bit more expensive.
For the
$50.
I have a little voucher
I would
for.
like to do that.
I have a voucher for opening weekend for Cedar Point for $36 a ticket, up to 6 tickets. So
Oh, you do?
yeah.
Okay.
That might be something you could talk to a couple people
Is that for
about.
where you work? Or-
Yeah. But I mean, anybody can use it. It's a
No.
simple code.
Oh, okay.
Now, as far as continuing on from the haunted houses, I figured with Land of Illusion done tonight, Hoochie would be a nice way to get the intensity in. We also looked at possibly doing the Lewisburg Haunted Cave. Tim, I think, actually was the one that showed me this a few years ago.
Yeah, because it was it's like an hour 45-minute walkthrough.
And I've seen the interior. It's actually really cool. Now, and I guess it's actually won a few awards, a few haunted house awards. Which
Definitely
is
has to have the best environment. You don't have to add anything. It's actual like a cave.
Oh, I know. That's what makes it really cool. And the fact, you know, when you get that echo, it just adds to that terror, you know. That would be something I would love to hit. It's something new, something original. I've been trying to find stuff like that in other trails as well. Because also part of my objective, I want to try something brand new. I contemplated maybe doing some hay rides because I actually saw online there's actually some really intense hay rides that they have here in Ohio. I thought it might be worth checking out. There's also one in Ohio. It's actually at a junkyard. I forget what the name of it is. I think it's called the Final Resting Place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you do get to go through some of the larger vehicles as part of the Halloween walkthrough, the haunted house walkthrough, which I think that would actually be kind of cool, doing something like that. We are going to be doing at least I'm planning on doing our local one, where we come from, for like $12-13. Just like a quick 10-15 minute walkthrough. It's not bad actually. And they're based on what the owner said. They're trying to expand on it. Tim actually went to them when they were originally called Fear Factory. They're called Purgatory now, but when Fear Factory was around, it was actually in an actual factory basically, right?
Yeah, I know it started off as the first thing I remember it as was a little insert company that would deliver inserts to your door, like ads.
And what the owners have done over the years is they've been trying to fine expansion. They originally moved into this big warehouse a little bit further north in town where we live. That was for about a year or two, and then they finally found a place further north in town. It's their final spot where they're going to actually put their haunted house. And based on what they were saying, the plan is to make it bigger. And it's actually out in the woods, which is perfect, so you kind of get that haunted trail feel with that traditional haunted house walkthrough. I did it last year. We actually had a lot of fun last year doing that. Because it felt, like I said, there was a lot of nostalgia, especially if you if you were like a kid or something, you enjoyed that. This was actually a good place to do it, and you still got some pretty good scares. So we are planning on doing that. It's kind of a way to support the local haunted house, and they do charity runs as well. So part of the purchase of the tickets will go towards charity, which I think that's pretty cool that they do that. So
Don't they do some stuff with the schools too?
Yeah,
I know they used to.
They do help out with, I think, within the community, which is actually really cool. Time to sleep. Oh, so there. Told you I should have done these.
It's almost too late for one of those now.
Not for me. I gotta drive still.
I know, but you'll be up all night and drink another one of those.
I know, right? But if you need one, don't unplug it there. But we are planning to air a local one. It's
Sponsor for tonight. Sponsor.
there you go. The one again, that one's called Purgatory in Findlay, Ohio. It's further north. I think it's pretty close to the city line. But they've been getting bigger and they have been getting better. I have been noticing this for the past few years, and I think they are going to get to a point where I think they're going to be one of the better haunted houses here in Ohio. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on them. And then the last one's kind of up in the air. At least the last two. I always done, ever since we started to travel around doing our haunted houses, the very first major grade haunted house that we've done was the Mansfield Prison. Tim was the one that actually introduced it to me. We go there almost every year. It's such a fun experience. The prison itself is very intimidating just by looking at it. Now it's under new ownership. Now, with new ownership, I mean, it's kind of hard to try to get that going and make it as good as the original.
Wasn't he a special effects director for some movies?
Yeah, the prosthetics, the makeup, it was all really good. The props were very well done. It's just the actors, I don't think were quite there yet. Now this year could be much different. I mean, because they actually took time to study and learn from it and say, okay, this is what we need. This is what we could do better. So the prison right now is kind of up in the air. I would like to do it, but new stuff. I'm always up to do new stuff.
I wouldn't mind hitting SS Nightmare.
That one might be pretty cool. That's the boat one, right?
Yeah.
That's down at the state line, isn't it?
Yeah, on the Ohio River. It's on the Kentucky side.
That would actually be a lot of fun. See, the cool thing with Ohio, I think there was even I don't know if it was like a news article or magazine article. Ohio actually has, as far as haunted house, we actually have the most haunted houses for Halloween time, like
Texas
than any
has to
other
be
state
up
in the
there.
country. So people can criticize Ohio for not being entertaining enough, but when you're here during the fall time, especially during Halloween time, it's a blast. I mean, there's so many places to go, and a lot of them are really good. So take your pick. what you want to do. I mean, if you live here in Ohio, look up all. I made it easy. Just type in Ohio haunted houses. It'll bring up several stuff for you online, and you can decide what you want to do, how you want to plan it. Like I said, I was willing to drive out 2 hours to go to Land of Illusions. It was well worth it. That's if you're willing to drive down there. We went down 3 hours to go to the Denton Schoolhouse, which was really fun.
Pretty close to where we're at now.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we took like another half hour or so, we would have actually done that stuff. But since this was something we haven't done before, we said, what the heck, we'll do it. So.
Okay, we went about an hour into this conversation. Do you have any final thoughts?
Halloween is probably my favorite time, my favorite holiday, because it's not really just the holiday itself. It feels more like, I think of it more like football season, where I think it starts more so in September. It goes all the way to the day of Halloween, and there's so much to do. I thought I thought tonight was a great way to kick off this season, and I'm kind of hoping that we do get to hit places like Hanahuchi or the Mansfield Prison, or even like the Cave. And I think just something about those, it gets the adrenaline going, and there's so much creativity and what you can do as far as like making something better or just something completely different from what you did before. So, and I thought Land of Illusion really nailed that tonight. So I'm satisfied with the result, and I can't wait for the rest of the season to come.
Mikey, you have any final thoughts you want to add?
Yeah. I like the Land of Illusion. That was a good time, man.
It was a good time.
Yep. And I want to check out the sometime Hoochie. That'll be a fun time, man. And I know you want to introduce us to the cave sometime.
There's a lot that I want to go to and be introduced to in the area.
Yeah. And sometime I want to introduce you guys sometime the thing called Factory of Terror.
Factory of Terror.
Now you don't know what it is. It's the world's longest haunted house. It's the World Time Guinness record. Because I want to introduce you to that guy sometime. We'll be ready for that one, maybe for the future.
I don't know how Ohio Valley Haunts do it, man. They hit like 70 a year. Those two guys, man, they just travel Ohio, Michigan, and Kentucky, and they hit a couple. I think they hit some in Illinois too, man. But they are, props to you guys. That's awesome though.
I think Tom actually did okay with his first haunted house. He's out of it.
I know. I would ask him for his final thoughts, but his head keeps bobbing up and down. His head bobs up and
I think he had a great time, honestly.
his head bobs up and down more than my wife's.
And I met Tom a few months back. Tom's a great guy. A lot of fun to be around. I think tonight, first time feature haunted attraction, I think really got him going. I think he's much more encouraged. So.
He definitely warmed up to it.
Oh yeah. And this is not an easy thing to get into, because there's a lot of people out there that just simply don't like to get scared. But I think part of the fun, I think, is you gotta let your guard. As I said to them, to these guys when we were waiting in line at the Voodoo Bayou, you gotta let your guard down just a little bit. You can't continue to play tough guy. Anybody that's trying to be the tough guy and they, trying to muscle through everything, it's just they're gonna come out disappointed, so mad at it. They don't like it at all. Blah blah blah. And that's what disappoints me about people when they see scary movies because they try to brave through it. You gotta let yourself drop your guard just a little bit, just allow. I guess I don't know if nostalgia is the right word, or just the spirit of whatever it is.
Just soak in the experiment.
Yeah.
Or experience.
Like we're gonna go see it next week. Early
Here
screenings
we
have
go.
said.
Here
yes,
we go. With
Yes,
it.
we're doing it. We're doing it.
We're going to some t-shirt
But early
first.
reviews said, early reactions said the movie's phenomenal. It's very scary, and I haven't watched them yet. But some YouTubers said they claim that they've seen early screenings of it. They say, "Oh, it's terrible. It's stupid. It's not very scary." These are the same people you don't listen to because they really do try to act like that they're. Because they claim that they like scary movies, but they really don't, and they make the experience less enjoyable.
You want a name drop?
What?
You want to name drop the YouTube channel?
I can't remember what
Can't
the
remember.
name was. It was two guys. I bet if you looked it up on YouTube and see early screenings, early reactions or something, I think these people, will, no matter what, they will say they don't like it just because they want to be those naysayers. And they make, like I said, those type of people you always want to try to avoid.
Sound like the alt left? Is that what you're telling me?
Maybe. And I would say the same thing about haunted houses too. And I'm glad that Tom was a trooper tonight. He was
Hey,
the head
Julian.
of our group. So what?
Oh, somebody just said stop. Julian
Oh.
said stop.
Who said stop?
Julian said sup.
Stop.
Sup.
Stop. I was gonna say how I could stop, but
No, not stop. Sup.
What's that
no,
mean?
Tom
Like hi.
Tom did really good tonight being the head of our
Oh,
group.
okay. Surprise.
Although he got in the back a couple times, but
He kind of
he
migrated.
got back up front. He did really good tonight. He was a good sport. I mean, he was definitely interested. And with him being a landscape treat for him tonight, I think. Not necessarily speak for him, but I could tell. Say what you guys think.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. So, and hopefully we can continue to expand our group. I talked to somebody this past week, and she sounded like she was interested.
Ooh, girl, she cute.
Oh, believe me, she's really cute, but she's got a boyfriend though.
Hey.
But she enjoys haunted houses. Her boyfriend enjoys haunted houses. We're talking about maybe going to Uchi. So I would kind of like to grow our group a little bit.
There's a handful of people who's interested in joining.
Absolutely. Whether it be 2 cars, one big one.
I like the big one.
As always, we always have these big talks inside the cars, and weird stuff always happens whenever we're driving down the road. But I think one of the most enjoyable parts about this is the fact when you do get to travel with friends and you can just reminisce on the day or the week or something. And when you get to the place that you're going, you can blow off all that steam and you feel much better and you actually enjoy yourself.
I tell you what, when that girl blew in my ear, I blew more than steam, bro.
Woo! Tim's still thinking about that prom queen.
Heck yeah, she can be my queen. Hey, I'm King Tim Games. She can be my prom queen. I'll be her king. Works out, right?
Well, yeah. And
That works.
And that clown girl can be your little.
Which one? The one that bent over backwards?
The one that bent over backwards.
Yes.
Oh God.
That was bad tonight.
Well, I'm sure she could do more than just bend over backwards.
Well,
So, I think that's pretty much all I got.
while we're wrapping I've done a lot of work this week. My schedule, video gameplay for Tuesday and Thursday about 12:30 Eastern time, and Saturday I will be doing back to like a weekly recap, like a news or something like that on Saturday. Live stream Friday night on Twitch. But with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Dude.